I think I'm on. I think it's on. Is this thing on? I think I is. Let's see who comes onto this one. I like doing these little, like, I don't know, different morning shows with different titles. We're going to close out the month. We're closing out the month. My birthday month is officially over. I still haven't seen everybody. I didn't get a chance to do that, but it's over. It's over. It's over. I'm going on a trip later this week. So when I get back, I'll continue probably some more into June. That's how that works. We'll see who comes in. I don't know who's going to come in. We see this title. I don't know who's going to come in. I have no idea. No idea. It is Tuesday, the 31st of May. Oh my God. Okay, so oh my God, it's so funny. Matthew is so funny. Anyway, I'm putting together a show, and everybody was waiting for Paul to get back to me, and that's it. In a while. Hi, Leopardess. Okay, so how are you? But how am I? I just did a COVID test, and I'm negative. Can you see it? Yes, it's a negative. I had a scare, and I am negative, so I have to worry about that part. So I'm happy about that. I'm going out of town in 2 days, so I want to make sure I take a test also, just in case. I'm home all day by myself anyway, and then I'm home tomorrow, so I shouldn't be bothering nobody. So I'm very, very happy about that. No COVID, still negative. I've still, to my knowledge, have never gotten it. Another friend of mine just got it. Another friend of mine just got it too. After 2.5 years of not getting it, people are still getting it. But I'm negative. I'm negative. I'm negative. Thank you, Jesus. I'm happy. I can go on my trip because in 2 days, my old ass will be at the New Kids on the Block, In Vogue, Rick Astley, Salt Pepper concert in Sacramento, California with my daughter. So I'm very excited to go. And I want to see my other grandbaby. And my daughter's pregnant, so I want to see her too. So I'll make sure I'm totally clear. I'm good. I'm clear. I can go to Excremento. Hello, handsome Matt. How are you? Hello, Natasha. I'm a plant dad. The hair is crazy, so I'm gonna show that. But yeah, this is one of the free tests you got in the mail. I got in the mail. So yeah, so I'm very happy about that. So I did see the Star. I saw a lot of Star Wars Celebration, yes. And if you notice, hi Films 5555. If you notice, if you didn't notice already, I have 4 Star Wars related after shows. So, and they're all doing well because I took the things I learned and reported on them. So if you didn't know already, you could go follow. I have an Ahsoka after show. I just put out the news that was happening out of there. Sorry, my daughter's had to be back. I have the Obi-Wan Kenobi after show, which is my #1 show this week so far. I have the Book of Boba Fett after show, the Mandalorian after show. I have 5 of them. And I have Darth Vader's Your Father. Darth Vader's Your Father, I talk about all kinds of stuff. We talk about the Bad Batch, we talk about Jedi Tales, we talk about Andor, it's all kinds of stuff on that one. So I'm in. Take what I can. So my daughter. Oh, I didn't. You see, Cameron starting to say a lightsaber. Yeah, Cameron Grimes is a huge Star Wars fan. So we're her fiance. We're trying to get them on my Star Wars show. She and I were talking. So Just keep your eyes out. It might be happening, but she's a huge Star Wars fan. So yes. The rookie's name, Obi-Wan Kenobi Scott. That's funny. Now I heard Top Gun's good, but I haven't watched it. So I haven't seen anything. So yeah, I don't know. Anywho, this is actually my show about us, about how we are feeling these days, what is going on. Not so much about pop culture or what's going to soaps or anything, but it's more about you. And I decided to switch up this morning, not do a JLJ this morning. But it's we're all going through some stuff these days, aren't we? I'm feeling it, and this whole month, I took this month off from my mental health because May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and Matt and I have talked a little bit about my mental health and on there, and I've talked about it on here with you guys too. I am trying to make decisions that are better for me for my mental health, and so I am feeling a little better. I'm much more relaxed than I came into the month, and I've made some decisions, and I'm working on some stuff, and there are some possibilities. I'll tell you a second what they are. I'm just gonna answer my daughter really quick. My kids come first. Don't yell at me. Um, but I've been very open about my mental health and how um, my professional career is great. I have no really real issues with that. I mean, there's always issues. It's Hollywood. No, but I really have no really issues with that. And I everything's going the way I need to go. And there are things that I wish would go a little faster or whatever, but it's fine. I just won an award. Just in case you haven't seen it, let me one more time show it to everybody. My ISA award. I can't stop looking at it. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Oh my god, my baby. My baby. I can see you. I just think you're so beautiful. I gotta find a place where I can just show it. And it goes with my other award, my Capital City Web Award. They kind of match. I don't know. But anyway, that boosted my confidence. Getting that award boosted my confidence and actually is helping me make some decisions about things in terms of business. But my personal life, that's what I really needed to do. And so the cases are still going up, Latasha, and COVID is still going up. You have fibromyalgia, pain level. Okay, so I'll leopardus. I'm gonna get back to you in a second about constant pain. I know what that's like, so I'll tell you about that in a second. Um, but no, my personal life has been sorely lacking, and it's just been I haven't seen my kids and grandkids. I'm going to see them in a couple of days. My daughter and I were just making plans. That's why I was like, "Hold, please, make the plans." So I'll see them in a few days. That's going to boost my spirits. They don't live here they don't live. They live 400 miles away from me. Also, hi Tracy. Also, I have no partner, which I want one. I want one desperately, but I don't have one. But a prospect has arisen in the last couple of weeks, possibly, maybe. They're like the Bjork song, possibly, maybe. We'll see. But this whole month, I've been seeing my friends and actually hanging out with them. And it's been so wonderful. So wonderful just being with my friends in the business, out of the business, everything. And it would just be wonderful. Um, and it's been nice seeing them. And it's been every year for my birthday, and I always talk about joke it's my birthday month. Usually it's just a chance for me to see my friends because everybody's busy. Everybody's running around doing 10,000 things. They have their own lives. So I use it more of I don't even want presents. Like I don't even care about presents. It's been more about I'll get a tattoo too, Leverage. I'll get back to the tattoo. Oh, thank you, Matt. I know you would, and I would love to hang out with you all the time if we lived closer. Um, but see, my friends, a lot of my friends actually are relationships. So it's like, I don't have like very many single friends. I just don't. And they're my age. I have single friends who are way younger than I am, and they're into different things that I'm not into. It's just when you get older, there are things you kind of grow out of. And I love my younger friends, and they keep me young on some level, and they let me know what's going on out there. But we're just in different times, and situations. But uh, yeah, so that's so this month has been wonderful, me replenishing that tank of mine of just the friendships and hanging out and laughing and talking. I went to a house party. There was only like 10 of us there. Everybody was like, since I took my COVID, so everybody was, vaccinated, and so far I have no COVID, so I'm great. But it was so we just laughed. We ate, we drank, and we laughed. We played board games, we played Jenga. It was so much fun. That's all it was. That's all we did for like 4 hours. We didn't have to go out to a club or anything. So we were at the house. My friend has a beautiful house. She graduated with her master's, was turning 43. We had a great time. And I was like, I like that stuff. So for me, I just can't, in terms of meeting somebody, I'm not on the apps anymore. I don't go out to clubs. I don't sport my mind. And then most of my friends are either straight or they have relationships. So I'm just kind of out there like, yeah, okay. So I don't know how it's gonna happen. But like I said, it's a tiny prospect, tiny kind of. So we'll see. And to be very honest with you guys, yes, I'm on TV and people say I'm attractive and oh, you're so this and that. I haven't felt attractive in years, to tell you the truth. I will openly say that. Everybody's like, I feel good about myself. I'm telling you the truth. I don't. I don't think I'm hideous or anything. I should hide in the corner in the shadows. But I think I'm decent looking. But this COVID thing has done a number on me. Because I really haven't tried to like. I had to go somewhere. They were like, make sure you dress cute casual. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Like cute casual. I haven't worn clothes in so long like that. I'm like, ugh. So I found some cute shoes I have. The shoes, and sometimes when you wear a nice pair of shoes, you do feel good, right? I found some shoes. And Matt, I do. It's really weird. This is what I'm learning, you guys. And this is a good lesson for anybody that you're fans of on TV or on YouTube or on Instagram. Everything isn't always as it seems. And people could seem, I'm a generally positive, hopeful person. It comes to in general stuff. But you never know behind the scenes how they feel about themselves sometimes. And I've never relied on my looks. That's something I just never have. But of course, when I was younger, I never had to worry about it. I was a young thing, so whatever. I didn't have to worry about it. I always relied on my personality. Oh, well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I always think about my personality, my smarts. I just never really thought about my looks. And I'm in Hollywood, and I'm competing against guys who are 20, 30 years younger than I am. I know there's a segment, and thank you, Leopardess. I know you and Matt, you guys are all very sweet. And there's people out there, and there are fans. I have fans who think I'm hot stuff, maybe this evening or whatever. And it's nice. It feels good on some level. But I think the problem is when you come home and when it's late at night and you're by yourself every night, that's when it hits. And then COVID, I just didn't. There's like from the waist up, I took care of myself. it just I wasn't out and about. There was no socialness really. It was all social online, but that's not saying that's artificial because it isn't artificial, but it was just different than being in person, going places. I've been to 3 events so far. I'm just starting to come out again. And it's like, wow, it's been a while since I've done this. And people are dressed cute and their hair's together. And I'm just like, I'm awake and I'm here. Oh, thank you, Kay Clark. Oh, Kay Clark. I like that. I'm trying to find what I want to call you. But I'm being honest with you. I mean, you guys are my family. I'm being honest with you. This show's about being honest. And I think I could look a lot better. That's just me. And I think when you have, I think when you have no one in real life coming for you, that does that totally, that's what makes me listen to them. Yeah, I know. It's that it's we all need a little attention. We do. We all need a little bit of attention. We do. It's just natural. It's just natural. We do need it. We do need it sometimes. You need somebody to say to you, in person, in front of you, I'm attracted to you, I like you, whatever. And it's just something we all need it. That's just something we all need sometimes. I don't need it a lot. I'm not a person that needs it like all the time, tell me what's going on. But a little bit, I'm admitting I want some personal attention. I do everything myself. I do everything myself in real life. I do everything myself on my jobs. I do everything myself with my family. I'm taking care of my aging parents, my brother. I do everything myself. I don't have people doing stuff for me. So that's another thing too, just wears you down. So it's been nice that some of my friends this month have taken care of me for my birthday. And I know when I go to Sacramento, my daughters always take care of me and my grandkids when I'm there. I usually have to do anything. They drive me everywhere. They pay for everything. They take care of me. It's their chance to get back to their father, I guess. So in a few days, I'll have a nice little Papa J. I'll be Papa Jamie, and it'll be nice. But my trip to Catalina I did was an amazing experience and going there. But so I don't know. It's tough when you get a little older. It's tough. I know I look good for my age. I know that part. People tell me all the time. And thank you, Kenneth. That's very nice of you to say that. But I'm telling you, it's those late nights when you're by yourself in your bed. It's some of those weekends when I'm sitting in the garden going, God, I wish somebody was sitting here with me. There's things like that. And the pandemic really did a lot in terms of lockdown. I was here by myself for like 70 days the first time it happened. I didn't talk or touch anyone. And see, I'm a hugger, which Matt knows. I'm a hugger, and I like to hug. And it's been sporadic hugging over the last 2.5 years. It's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing. And I know it's affecting me also. And I get where all of this stuff's affecting me. So, and yes, there are some people out there who, in person, who I know they look at me and they smile or whatever. And I don't know. So it's a whole new world. When you pass 50, I was trying to talk with my friend who's over 50 also. When you pass 50, the whole world looks different. It looks so different. Yeah, man, I'm a good hugger. That's one thing. I'm a good hugger, folks. You're a meeting person, I will give you a good hug. I love hugs are connection. Hugs are many things. I chatted you guys when I was in Catalina. I'm sorry, my bedtime story. So yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about bringing it up. I was talking to Tony Moore, my chocolate twin, the other day about that. I'm thinking about bringing it up maybe for a week-long stint soon, maybe in June. Well, June is Pride Month, and so I got a lot of time. I got a lot of stuff I'm planning for Pride Month also in June. It's a very important month for some of us. So I got things going on there too right now. So I got stuff that going on too. So I got a lot going on. But I am thinking about, okay. I'm thinking about totally doing a week's long worth on Instagram. I'm bringing back Talk a Lot with James Lott Jr. just for a week. It's been hard, Matt, because I've been going to bed early. I'm an early bird now. I wake up early. And by the time 10 o'clock comes, I'm all. So I got to figure it out. Yes, Barbara Ann. Barbara Ann. It's nice to get spoiled. It is. I'm there for my parents. I'm there for my brother. I'm there for I'm there for the kids. So, yeah, for Leopards, I'm sure for you as well. Okay, so I want to touch something, 2 things. My tattoo update. I have the card still. I didn't realize getting a tattoo actually takes a lot more planning. So when I met with the guy online. We started talking. He started asking me questions about what kind of tattoo I want. And I'm not telling you guys what it is, but I had a basic idea and where I want to put it. And then he started asking me all these specific questions that he needs to know to do that in order to do a tattoo. Now I get all my friends and family who plan their tattoos and like, oh my gosh. And I'm always thinking, why? They're so intricate. And well, it's on you for the rest of your life unless you take it off with laser later. But I'm like, if it comes on my skin at this point, I'm not taking it off. I'm in my 50s, I'm taking it off. So it's a lot more detail. So I'm actually stumped. He stumped me. Like, yeah, what? I can't tell you what it is. I almost told you guys what it is. But I'm trying to figure out what I saw. I'm still going to get tattooed because I have the gift card doesn't expire. I'm still going to do it. Probably in June. I think it'll in June. But I'm just right now finalizing. I have a little pad over here. I can't even show it to you. Got a pad over here. I'm working on design because I'm working on. Oh, I almost told you. Okay, I'm working on aspects of it. I'm always so open with you guys. I want to be a surprise and unveil it. But I'm working on colors. That I didn't think about before. Colors. I have the size, but colors. That's like I say, a couple other things. So stay tuned with that. So I haven't forgot about that. That's going to come. And now we'll leverage about her fibromyalgia. So as a person who, oh my God, yes, ma'am. I'm gonna get right on my stomach. I was gonna get a picture of that picture. I was smiling on my stomach. I just look in the mirror and I can always see you. We're not doing chest because I have chest hair, so it wouldn't work out. But the stomach's smooth. I know it's like to live in constant pain. I did. When I had Bell's palsy for a year, I had constant earaches and stuff. And it's weird how, Leopard, you can attest to this. It's weird how you do learn to live with it, but it's not cool. You're perfect. It's not cool. But your body starts to kind of adapt to the pain, even though the pain is always there. Like it's just there. You just don't. It doesn't go away. You try to manage it with certain things, but it's just there. And I never had experience before until then. I never had that experience. And so that whole year when I was dealing with Bell's palsy, and I was like, wow. And I've also I had pain, but also then I had the face being paralyzed, and just learning how to talk, drink, eat, spit, brush my teeth. I had to learn how to adapt the whole year until I got better. And I'm in my mouth. And not knowing if it'll get better, because everybody kept saying, oh, you'll get it for a few weeks, we'll be done. My mother got Bell's palsy twice, and it was like 2 weeks, she was better. My friend just got recently, it took him a month. I have another friend who's 5 years, 6, 7, 8 years later, and he still has droopy face. Got slightly better, but still, so it's like everybody's different. So I'm very happy that came back to a face is basically normal. I'm about 98% better. But I feel you. I never realized what it's like to work through pain, work with pain until then. And you kind of you figure it out. Because your life can't stop. Right? You can just go into a ball and eat your hair and say, fuck it. But you really can't. You gotta keep going. And a lot of us, I'm reading, a lot of us have something that's going on. So, and it can affect you, obviously, your brain cells. Our brains are so here's the thing. I'm watching everybody online these days. People are losing their shit. People are just buck wild. I'm like, on every social media platform, on the streets, in restaurant, people are just there is, I feel there's a heaviness out there that's just looming over all of us. And I don't like it. Yesterday, it was a beautiful, like today's week, I can see the sun's coming through. It's gonna be a beautiful, it's all bright back here. I can see it. It's gonna be another beautiful day in Los Angeles. Like I look outside, I'm like, wow, the weather's beautiful, my plants are growing, everything's great, and it's beautiful. But even with that, there's still a heaviness out there. Like the other day I was sitting outside and admiring my roses, my yellow roses. Then there were shots across the street. I had to go in the house, close the door, the side of the helicopter starts circling. Like it's like I can't even enjoy my garden today because somebody decides they need to shoot for some reason. Depression, stress, anxiety are running rampant. People are anxiety ridden, and I never had panic attacks until a couple of years ago. I never had them, and now I've had them several times, and they're horrible. I had a panic attack not too long ago. Hated it. And that's when I knew I had to do something because I had a panic attack, and I was like, I don't like that feeling. With a heart beating fast, and can't breathe, and sweat. I was like, well, I don't like that. Oh no, we don't, nope. 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 Didn't like that feeling whatsoever. So that's why I talk about a lot of things. That's why a lot of my shows, here's something too. I was talking to one of my competitors, but we're friends. So we've been on each other's shows, no big deal, in the soap world. And talking about different styles. And, and I think he's being a little shade to me a little bit, but it was fine. I had no problem with it. I think it's hilarious because I'm successful. So that's why. So obviously what I'm doing works. But my shows have some shade. My shows, we delve into deep topics. We talk about it. We call out things we don't like for the most part. And we talk about our shows. We give an honest account of our shows. When I was doing Dish Days back in the golden years, when it was me, Mark J. Freeman, and Tony Moore Jr., we were three strong personalities. And we told how we felt. Especially Mark and I. We just had no shame. And tell truth, shame the devil. Shame between friends, love. Yeah, this one could have been love. I'm not sure, man. It was a little more, I think it was more shade. But for me, I have a thick skin. So on that end, I have a thick skin. Personal life, I fall apart. But in real and professional life, I can take anything. But my thing was, my shows are not for everybody. They're not. These shows are not for everybody. I totally get it. I'm everybody's cup of tea. Nobody likes me. I totally get it. I don't care. I don't care. I know what I'm doing. I know my co-hosts are doing. I know what we're presenting to you. And someone out there obviously likes it because it's getting good views and downloads and listens. And that's my point. Because my inner core of everything is to want to serve you guys and the community the best way I can. Barbara Ann, oh, you have shingles in your eye. Oh, I don't even know how that. God bless you. Oh, let me tell you, because you were suicidal last week. That's not good. I have been suicidal before. I have. When I had Bell's palsy, I was suicidal. That's when I was suicidal. I totally understand the feeling of hopelessness. But Leopardess, I can tell you right now, I'm glad you're still here. I'm glad you did not give into your feelings. The one thing that I have to tell myself, I know that for some people, like, you have to be on medications. Right now, I have to be on medication. Very fortunate about that end of that. But for those who have to do that, I salute you that you're taking care of yourself. That's why I love Maurice Bernard's State of Mind. I watch this show every week. It's an honest talk about mental health. Lindsay Godfrey from Days, my girl, she's been talking about mental health also. We got to talk about it because it's so as long as we keep talking about it, maybe we'll all stay around a little longer. But I have been there too, Leopardess. I've been there. I've been there where I just said, that's it. Why am I even trying to continue breathing? So I do understand it, but I'm glad I'm here too. I'm glad you're here still too. I'm glad all of you are here, and Barbara Ann, you're able to watch it with your eye. And yes, and Matt makes a good point. Medication and therapy need change over time. That is okay. Yeah, you have to, because our bodies change. So our inside, I used to be a nurse. So this part I do know. Our bodies change, and the hormones and things start to change. So you have to kind of make sure you're always monitoring. Even with some medications I take, I had to change the dosages. I had to go less on one and more on another. And you have to always listen to your body and watch yourself. It's a good point, Matt. So, but we're glad you're still here. It's not the world. It ain't easy. Depression is a motherfucker. It is. Anxiety is a motherfucker. Stress is a motherfucker. It can make you think things that you wouldn't normally think. Make you see things that may or may not even be there. But pain I can understand pain is something. Being in pain can make you want to do all kind of you want to be out of pain. And for me, loneliness is for me. I have a loneliness. I'm depressed about being lonely. Like I said, my business is fine. But for me, it's loneliness. I'm completely lonely. I am. I got friends and family and all that, but late at night in bed every night, I'm by myself. And that's why I talked about that. And I had friends like, how could you say that on camera? And like, I said, because there's no shame in that. I don't care if I sound desperate or anything. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, my real truth is, at late at night in my bed, I lay there by myself thinking, God, I have nobody laying next to me. There are some folks who like that and they're happy about that and they're good. And then those of us who want it. And I ain't talking about getting married and all that shit. I mean, there's like somebody regular who cares about me and I care about them at the very least, not trying to take from me. There are a couple of folks I had to dismiss this month who kept trying to come back into my life, but they were not adding anything into my life. They just kept wanting to take. And luckily I'm smart enough to understand that. I'm like, you're not here for me. You're not there for me. Oh, you had an anxiety attack during the anniversary dinner? Wow, man, that's interesting. And you were happy about the event. Well, I'm thinking anxiety could be, you could have, I would say happy anxiety. But I can see if things are going well, you're very overstimulated. I can see that maybe. Good, you see yourself as a psychiatrist, good. I see a therapist, so that's good. Therapy is not bad. I know some cultures, it's weird. You go to your pastor, your priest or whatever. Either way, I'm just like, go to somebody and talk. Well, I didn't know that. I wasn't there for the dinner, so that's a shame. But I think it can happen when you're in an overstimulated happy mode too. I think that's the whole point. It's like your brain is doing one thing and you're in another situation. So that's why I tell people. But I say, tell truth, shame the devil. I tell it. I mean, I don't care how it sounds. I mean, I don't understand how you can say that and let people know. I'm like, no, I don't care. Well, you're sitting at home with your man or you're a woman or whatever, you're having a good old time. Good for you, but I don't have nobody. And I see the folks who complain about their spouses. And I'm sure, yes, the grass is not. I'm not looking for a greener grass. I just want to have a chance to get on the lawn. That's all. Like everybody's, everybody's world, everybody's relationships are. I know that. I've had relationships before. I know how they go. Oh yes. First person I saw when I drove up. I drove up. Okay, James, that's English. When I drove up, I was like, oh my God, it's my man, Matt. But that's so I told myself this month I told myself, James, you're going to really look into doing things that will make you feel better and cutting out people and things that don't. My friend always says you can always edit your life. She always likes to do things in Hollywood terms. You always edit your life. Yeah. So I know. I said I did. I saw you. That's the first thing I said. I'm like, that's my boyfriend. I love you so, Matt. Too bad you're taken. Once again, you're taken. So all the good ones are taken. Well, you live cross country too, so that doesn't help either. But no, it's the world's it's crazy, folks. That's crazy. And everyone has issues and no one's talking about it because they're afraid to, or they're ashamed to, or how it's going to look. Everybody has appearances. I'm screw appearances. Nah. I don't think it makes me any less of a person admitting that I have issues. That's the thing you have to do, because everybody wants their status and stature. They want their place in people in life, society, and they're afraid to say certain things because it'll make me look weak. It'll make me look this. No, just say it. Hi, Sheree. Just say your problems, say your issues. No one's saying dwell on them or whatever, but just you can speak them every once in a while. Now, some folks speak them all the time. You're like, okay, it's enough. But I'm saying that there's times when, yes, it's good to talk about it. So I think for all of us, we're family. So if I can't tell you what's going on, then you know what I mean? If I can't tell you what's going on, then what can I do? So that's what I'm kind of doing. So I'm making some changes, making some things happen. So hopefully that'll be great. And you guys will know, you'll know. I still can't believe I haven't gotten COVID. I mean, everybody can say everybody's going to get it sooner or later. And I have friends who literally, they got it after the 2.5 years they hadn't had, and they're over there vaccinated. I'm like, I've been very fortunate that I know of. I don't think I've been tested so much off and on that I don't think I've ever had it. My sister, they all got it. I mean, everybody, I like I said, a scare last week. I had scares before. I haven't gotten it. I'm like, okay, I'm one of the unicorns, I guess. But I also started really taking care of myself. I take a certain probiotic. I take zinc and also I take everything. Tommy Reed, when you honest, I agree 100% with you. However, I share something wrong people. There's the thing. You gotta be careful who you give your honesty to. Right? And Tommy brings up a good point. Tommy, I don't know if you're a guy or a girl. So I won't use a pronoun or anything. I'm just saying, well, Tommy is correct. There's something about also giving away your power on some level. You gotta be careful of that too. So I agree with you on that too. But let me go MDD, GAD, this is nice. I'm saying okay when asked. Well, you know, Matt, it's just not easy. It's not easy, Matt. It's simply, especially for men. Men are not taught to be emotional or share their feelings. No matter what orientation you are of man, men just aren't taught that. So to man up, don't be this, don't be that, just do it. Like, you know, be man of the house. Like and men are just generally, we're fixers. There's a problem, we naturally just want to fix it and then move on. But emotions don't work that way. You can fix things, but it's just like emotions. So I think I don't say it anymore. But I had a habit of saying things to you. Oh, I'm fine. You had COVID. Oh, that's actually true. You have COVID. I got to talk to you. Yeah, the numbers are going up, Sheree, here in LA too. Not just in Vegas. They're here too. But we just don't say anything. We just don't. I'm fine. Women are taught and told, you guys are emotional. It's okay. You guys can share your feelings. Now, I've met some women who don't share their feelings either, and I met some men who are very open. So it can happen. It can happen both ways, but I think in general, I wasn't taught to be open. I was taught to suck it up, take care of it, and keep it moving. Right? Just keep moving. But I cry. Usually, I cry on TV. I cry at home. I don't care. I just do it. But it's not easy. So, and also, you don't want to feel like a burden. If I tell them, do they really care? And that's the thing with Tommy's talking about. Some people you can tell if they care or not. There were a couple of times I've said, I started to tell my story and I could tell they're kind of tuning out. I just shortened and said, never mind. But I've had people who surprised me and seriously listened to what I had to say and was right there. And I was like, what? They actually care. Interesting. I was shocked. There was a woman in Arizona too. See, the problem is, I want to get my soapbox, but I'm just going to go soapbox a little bit. Problem is the folks who are unvaccinated who just won't get the vaccine. And so it just keeps going round and round and round and round and round and round. That's it. It's just round and round and round and round and round. So it's going to be, I feel COVID's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. Like it's probably like AIDS and everything. It's going to be for the rest of our lives. To see with HIV, where most people started to safe sex, now people are taking PrEP, it's starting to dissipate everything. The conversion rate is not happening like it was before. I feel like the same thing when we were this is that people just started masking when they had to, not all the time, but even certain situations you have to mask. I can mask going into a store for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Like, I don't bother me. Using hand sanitizer, washing their hands, wiping down. People aren't doing that either. There are folks who don't do that. I've seen folks literally touch the subway with their bare hands, touch their face, grab a sandwich. I'm like, it's gross. I went to a Jersey Mike's. I'm not even a huge sandwich person, but every once in a while I want one. I went to Jersey Mike's, and these bitches, the guy had gloves on. Okay, great. He's making a sandwich with gloves. Then he goes, I want to pay for it. He walks over with those said gloves and handles money, cash, touching dirty money. Then goes back to making a sandwich. I went, oh wait, I walked out. I'm like, nope. Gross. I was like, that's good help is hard to find. Like, you don't even understand. People are dirty. That's all like, ugh. So I don't trust people all the time. I don't go to everybody's houses. I don't get anybody's food. I don't. I've always been that way. I'm not even a germaphobe. I'm just like, I just feel like some people are not. Let's see. Play with mask, and I always wear gloves. I don't play with mask. I don't know what it means. I had trouble conveying being triggered by COVID, having grown up during AIDS epidemic, and now we have recurrence about monkeypox. Yeah, it's funny for those of us who went through the first pandemic. Very similar in some ways. We know what it's like. And, I said that. I go, oh, I've been through this before on some level. Just that it was scarier because it was airborne. It was other things that were a little crazier. I hear about monkeypox. So I never had chickenpox. I never had any. I never had measles. I got mumps when I was grown, which was a total like I got whooping cough when I was going to. It was a really weird thing, and I had to report myself to the Alameda County and San Francisco County health departments. It was crazy. And we had a quarantine at Christmas. We had to cancel at Christmas. It was crazy. It was 3 of us, maybe my roommates. It was crazy. But yes, it's being triggered PTSD. Yes, I mean I was a nurse during AIDS, the early part of AIDS. I was a nurse. I was a young nurse, and I have friends who literally died right in front of me. I always say I have a picture. There's 9 of us, and only 2 of us are left. I watched all the other 7 die, basically. And many of them died within a year of each other. One died years later, but the rest died within a year of each other. And I saw how AIDS ravaged through my communities of Sacramento and San Francisco and parts of New York and parts of LA. My first job at the Hollywood YMCA, all the guys died. I was working there in 84, 83, 84, 84, 85, day camp counselor. All the front desk guys died. Just died. All dropped dead. I was working at a place called the Mexican Court Restaurant. Died. I was like, man, you and my brother were born in the same year. I was born in '69, so we had all that kind of stuff. But it's just completely, it's completely this thing. It's that some of us are triggered because we remember all that stuff. And yeah, films. I've seen cleaners because I'm an organizer, so I've seen I come in after people out there. Yeah, my housekeeper came yesterday. I'm like, are you sure? Because this kitchen don't look clean to me. And like seriously, I could walk in and you could see that they didn't lift an appliance, they didn't lift a cup, they just wiped around it. And you're like, the rest of it's dirty. They didn't wipe the doorknobs. They didn't wipe there are things that I'm always like, handles on any door, cabinets, refrigerator, we wipe it and spraying down. They don't do that. Toilet handles, none of that stuff. The stuff that we touch. I'm always wiping shit down over here. Oh, your uncle died of AIDS in '92. That was early. AZT was just coming out. That's early in. My brother's godfather died. A lot of friends might die. Sardine oil in your face. Oh, that's gross. I like sardines. But I had mumps. I was told, I have pictures. I had to find the pictures. I had to lay down. They were like a certain way so they wouldn't drop. And I just could be infertile. Or I was like, all right, I got kids already. That was good. But yeah, so but the point is we have stuff out there that's out there. It's just out there, and life is just how it's gonna be. So it's crazy. It's just crazy. But it all goes back to, again, me asking how are, and I did the explanation on the are you. And so I just think that this is, I hope everybody is handling what they need to handle. And I know that some days aren't the greatest, and some days are great, and some days aren't. I try to take little small victories, and I try to learn from this stuff. I try to get through the tough times as honestly as I can. If I need to cry, I cry. But I've been much more conscious. I can't watch seeing public touch this. So yeah, I'm compulsive about it. But I used to be a nurse, so I know how to wash my hands, which includes wrists. I learned how to do that. It's a habit I've always had. That's one of the great things about doing that. But I have a day. Today is my work day. So I had the weekend off. Today's my work day. I got lots of things I need to do. But I want to start off with just checking in on you out there. I love each and every one of you. All the names in here I know. Matt, you know how I feel about you, of course. But everybody in here, I'm here. I'm here with you virtually, and I know it's tough. You support me, I support you. Might be on later for daytime today. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But take care of you.